Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Shanni Show. We have a little impromptu solo episode today. Why? Because I am testing out some of my gear. And so I just thought, you know what? I may as well record a little something. I have an interview episode tomorrow that I'm recording. And so I just have to make sure that everything works as planned. So here we are. Hello. How's it going? Before we do dive into the episode, I want to remind you guys to follow us on social media. I love how I say, I feel like the show is plural, you know? So it's like follow us because it's me and it's also the Shanni Show. It's me and her. It's us together. So follow us on social media. We're on every platform. It's at Shanni Show everywhere except for TikTok. TikTok, I only have a personal account because the current owner of at Shanni Show on TikTok will not follow me back. So I can't message her. It's fucking annoying. And she doesn't even use it. It's like an inactive account. Anyways, I have it everywhere else. So follow me on there. And then of course at Shanni Suissa on all the platforms as well for my personal account. I'm going to try and keep them separate, like have actual differences between the content. So, if you love the show, definitely follow the show's account. And if you love me, you should follow my account too. Shit's funny over there. We get crazy on my Instagram stories. If you ever want to see a girl go from looking 0 to looking 10, just all of the time, seesawing back and forth, I highly recommend my stories. It's a good time. Also subscribe to the podcast. We're on all of your favorite podcast platforms. We are everywhere. We are even on the Renegade, that is Spotify. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit today. And we are also on YouTube. It's my first time properly starting a YouTube channel. I used to upload videos to Vimeo. I fucking loved Vimeo. That was the shit. I had Vimeo Pro for so long. I had a Vimeo Pro for so long that even when I stopped uploading to Vimeo, I forgot to cancel my account and I had it for like another year. So I was really into Vimeo, even when I wasn't even on Vimeo. I just fucking love that place. Some of my old videos are still up there. I feel like one day those are going to get posted. Shanni, 18 years old, filming at a gas station for no apparent reason. Good times. Really good times. But yeah, follow my YouTube. It's kind of a fun new journey. I was a very active Facebooker with Zaniac, but now I am going to try and be an active YouTuber. It's a whole different ballgame. I took a fucking college class actually about YouTube, but what's crazy now, well, it's not crazy, it's actually quite expected with how fast technology works. Like nothing that I learned in the class is that relevant today. It's kind of sad. You spend money for a college course and well, nothing actually is relevant now. Is that light bulb in the frame? Oh, it is. I need to move it out. What can you do? Should I leave it in the frame, you guys? Does it add a little je ne sais quoi to the situation? Wait, I can't see it over here. Oh no, just kidding. It's my water bottle that you guys see. Wow. That's great. I'm going to leave that in because this is really an impromptu solo episode. So we're going to leave all the junk in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not editing this shit. I don't have the fucking patience, do I? Does it look like I have the patience right now? No, add a few tokes of a J. There is absolute patience is at the bottom now for me. It's that if patience was here on an average, patience is here on a now. If you're listening to the audio, I'm just pointing my hand tall and short, whatever the fuck. Anyways, guys, let's jump into some of the shit that I want to talk about today. First thing is my favorite Instagram page on the planet, Beyond the Interview. It is, disclosure, run by one of my friends. But that's not why. I'm not a fan of everything that all of my friends do. I'm a fucking massive fan of Beyond the Interview. Oh God. I almost threw my phone across the room. So yeah, I love Beyond the Interview. It's just an amazing Instagram page. It uses the platform in a way that I don't feel like other people are really doing. I just don't see it very often. And their entire theme right now of what they've been posting, they have this thing called #trending on Twitter. And they post the top 10 trending tweets from that day or the last couple days, whatever it is. And they post it onto Instagram. They do 10 of them. So it's a swipe through. And the whole concept is that it's daily discussions. So they'll post these things and you'll go to the comment section and it's just a ton of often robust discussions, sometimes very ignorant discussions, but it's pretty cool to look at because you get to really see kind of what people are thinking right now without having to scour the absolute trash that is discussion Twitter. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I joined NFT Twitter, though, Twitter has become a much happier place. Like, Twitter was a shitty place when I was doing the Saniac podcast. If you guys don't know me from that, that's where I sort of started my podcast journey as a host. And when I was doing that podcast, because it was all about reality TV, I was in reality TV Twitter, which, can I just tell you, it's like a dumpster fire. It's the worst place in the whole world. It is the crime rate of Los Angeles. It is. It is horrible. It's like the fucking food at the hospital. It's like the worst thing you could ever imagine. Reality TV Twitter is so toxic and alarming. I can't even fathom that it exists. Like, it's just, you don't even understand. Like, it's just a horrible place. People are so mean to each other, and they say, and it's not even just like strangers. Some of these people I knew and I had great interactions with, and then I would see some of their tweets and I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? How could you say that to someone? That's so beyond mean. It was just, wow, shocking. And anyway, since I moved on to NFT Twitter, NFT Twitter is amazing. It's like pillows and fluffy duvets and unicorns and shit. Actual unicorns, actually, all the time. Like, it's just so, I don't even know how to explain. It's just kind, and everyone's saying good morning to each other, even in the fucking afternoon or the nighttime. It's like always good morning. It's like top of the fucking morning to you at the bottom of the day. Doesn't matter when. It's always a GM, you guys. And it's just such a nice place to be. It's such a difference. The stark difference between reality TV Twitter and NFT Twitter is, honestly, it's shocking. It's hard to understand. It is. But anyways, one of the main reasons why I love Beyond the Interview is because back when I first started following this page, I mean, this was like, 3 years ago? I hated going on. First of all, I hated following celebrity news, but I still liked reading about it, if that makes sense. And I also really don't like going on Twitter because I was so involved in the reality TV world. So a page like Beyond, I mean, it was so fucking helpful for me because I got to see what was kind of out there, what was trending, what was happening without having to, go and seek that information. And back then they were also covering a bit more of celebrity stuff. So, that was also kind of cool because I fucking hate, gossip magazines? Would we even look at those things anymore? Like, I know people do go to thedailymail.com, but who are you people who do that? That's just so, my God, don't you want to watch Netflix instead? Anyways, so here we are on the post from January 19th. It's the only post on January 19th, so you'll be able to find it. The first tweet that's up, just in case you guys can't read January 19th for some very odd reason, please be able to read the date. The first post is, "Are you okay?" In quotes. "No, bro. I open and close the same 3 apps every day." So that was the first one, but that's not what I'm talking about, obviously. Although, that is quite a relevant point. The amount of times I open and close apps, it's like going to the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, you go to the fridge, you open it, you think that there's going to be something miraculously different in there. All of a sudden, you're going to have just like a whole tray of sushi or just, delicious pasta dish already cooked up, like crudité, sliced and ready to go. Like, I don't understand what we think when we open the fridge seconds after we've just opened the fridge and seen that there's nothing there. We're like opening it just to fucking ponder, just to manifest food onto one of those shelves. Like, for the love of God, won't the sugarfish just be right there, fresh from the kitchen? Like, that's just not how it works. Anyways, opening and closing apps, same shit. Opening and closing apps is legitimately the virtual version of opening and closing your fridge nonstop, or opening and closing your pantry and just like dreaming up something new to be in there for you to snack on. That's what it is, really. You know what Instagram did? They added that feature where when you keep scrolling, God, it's fucking freezing in here. I don't understand Los Angeles right now. But you know what? When Instagram created that feature, they added that feature where when you keep scrolling and you finish all the people that you follow, it now shows you the suggested stuff as opposed to it showing you the same post from the people that you follow. What a genius way to keep us on the fucking app, yo. That's just dangerous. You know what else is a genius way to keep us on the app? And it drives me bananas. Why do they have to have this way? Okay, so if you go to your comment and you see view 20 previous replies and you have to keep fucking clicking it. Now view 17 previous. You're only showing me 3 comments? You only expanded the truncated comment section to 3 comments? Are you serious? This is like, oh my God. This is what gives people carpal tunnel. Like, it's like 17 to 14 to 11. Now we're going to 8. Now we're going to 5. Now we're going to go to 2. Now we have to, it's like ridiculous. The amount of carpal tunnel that we get from this kind of shit is crazy. Or fucking tendonitis. I actually do get bad tendonitis from all my computer work. So can I sue Instagram for this? Can I? Guys, if there's a lawyer out there who's watching this, please let me know if there's some sort of way that I can make money off of what they've done here. Because that would be great, right? Oh my God, if I sued Instagram and Instagram gave me money and I won, would that kind of mean that Instagram is sponsoring me? Could I say that this podcast is now sponsored by Instagram? Don't mind if I do. Okay, so anyways, let's go to the tweet that I was actually talking about. Got distracted by, I don't even fucking know. What did I just talk about? Okay, so let's see. It's tweet number 6, I Bleav that is. Let me count again because I can't count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Hey. It's from Brett Weinstein. I love Brett Weinstein. I know that he is controversial to some people. I don't agree with every single thing he says. Obviously, that's not what it means for me to love someone, but I just think he's great. I've been tuning into him for 5 years now, maybe even more. It's just, I like hearing him talk, man. I really do. I think he's fascinating. Okay, so let's read my comment. Let's read the tweet. So Brett's tweet goes, if you don't have a problem with authority at this point, you probably can't be helped. Now, I mean, to me, this tweet is, I would agree with this tweet all the time. I've always had a problem with authority. And I don't mean that in a way that's it's just trying to be a rebel or whatever the fuck it is. No, I've just always questioned everything. I think I was sort of raised to do that. My parents would tell me to do something and I would think before I would fucking do it, right? It's not just because someone says to do something that you just do it. I never believed that. And I never saw it as this, you're going to defy every single authority figure that ever speaks to you. No, it was more just, I'm not going to do things that I don't think are right, even though somebody in power is telling me to. And I think that's actually a really, first of all, positive characteristic to have. And it's a powerful thing for a kid to be able to have. And I fucking had that when I was a fucking child. I vividly remember, always feeling well, why are you telling me to do that? And listen, obviously I didn't question every single thing, but that was something that was very strong in me. I mean, I went to boarding school, I went to Wilderness, I went to all these programs, and if you don't have that in you, then you can get just absurdly manipulated to the point where, I mean, it's like a form of abuse. So I think that's a really important skill that everyone needs to be taught. They also, I mean, this is something that for kids everywhere and for anyone everywhere, really, if you don't question authority and if you just blindly follow authority, you're putting yourself in a position to seriously be abused because somebody in power can tell you to do whatever the fuck that they want. They're not always going to have your best intentions. Okay, here we go. So I commented, people who abide every law/mandate without any question scare me. Just because someone in power told you so does not mean it should be so. Question everything. I stand by this wholeheartedly. The thing is, I feel like because people weren't actually agreeing with this. People weren't actually disagreeing with this comment. What they were disagreeing with is what they believe this comment says about the current state of affairs in regards to COVID, right? They weren't actually, if this comment was under a post that related to something that they cared about, that was sort of anti-establishment, then they would have been completely for it. And I know that not just off of the fucking fact that, I mean, we can all take a guess, right? But off of the fact that literally some people commented, not directly to my comment as a reply, but they commented to other people's replies on this exact same tweet saying that they wish it had been about police brutality, right? Because then they could get behind it. But of course, no, this guy who's wearing a fucking cowboy hat or whatever it is in his photo, he's obviously anti-vax. So then we're completely against his statement. But if his statement were in relation to something that we agree with, that you should question authority with, then we would be totally for his statement. So it's kind of to me, it's just kind of crazy because instead of somebody reading this and thinking, yeah, people should question every law and mandate. They shouldn't just obey things. That's how we have, that's how we have some of the world's most serious atrocities. And it's important. It's not to say that everything that you're going to question is something that's going to lead to, mass murder, but it is to say that you need to be able to decide for yourself as well. Like, think about all of the things that were illegal for so long and are now legal. And everybody would just blatantly agree that, of course they should be legal, civil rights, of course, on a lower scale, but also equally as, of course, marijuana, right? And even, when fucking alcohol was illegal, like all of those smaller things, and then you have also all of the much bigger things, right? Civil rights, equality, segregation, which was legal and is now illegal. Like, to the same degree, our world just changes. It's not a stagnant thing, and it changes because people question things and they start thinking about things. So all the disagreements on this were just crazy to me. But the main one that got quite a lot of likes, I was actually surprised, 53 likes, I really want to discuss because I think it's insane. She goes, people who question and refuse to abide by every law/mandate scare me even more. Questioning everything and questioning nothing are two sides of the same scary coin. So she's saying that questioning everything, right, which is educated obedience, and questioning nothing, which is blind obedience, are two sides of the same scary coin. Questioning everything does not mean not abiding by every law and everything, but it means understanding what those mean for yourself, that they're the right thing to do, and that's why you're going to abide by those laws, as opposed to just blindly following them. Because anybody in power can create laws that are seriously fucking wrong. And if we are just to question nothing, that's crazy. And questioning everything is not an extreme position. It's a moderate position. And what she's implying here is that questioning everything means you're not abiding by everything, or that for some reason it has to be in like a negative tone. You can question things in a positive light. It's not like you have to question everything with a pessimistic eye. You can question things it doesn't even have to be pessimistic or optimistic. It can be just center. It can be neutral. It doesn't have to be either of those things. Questioning everything is not a good well, it is a good thing, but it's not something that's like on a scale. Do you know what I mean by that? So you don't have to do it aggressively, but you should question everything. And then you make the decision for yourself. It doesn't even have to be something that takes forever. It doesn't even be something that takes, however long of thought. It can be just a simple question. Someone just told me to do that. Do I want to do that? You know what I mean? Do I want to do that for myself? Right? Somebody in power tells you to hurt someone. You're just going to hurt them? No, you're going to question it. Honestly, it wouldn't take very long to question that one, would it? No. There's just so many areas where leaving yourself so susceptible to being manipulated like that is just fucking dangerous. And so anyways, the thread goes on. People are just like all up in a tizzy because the second I said mandate, which maybe I shouldn't have used that word, but I want to use that word. I agree with it. But the second I said mandate, people instantly go into their mind of like, oh no, this person's anti-vax. I'm not fucking anti-vax. I don't give a shit. I'm anti-mandate. That's it. I'm absolutely anti-mandate for an experimental drug because that's legitimately against the law for the government to even impose. The law which they are claiming that we shouldn't be questioning, which literally is on our side. The whole thing is just insane. Anyways, what else did this one have? Yo, Pete Davidson is all over the fucking place. Pete Davidson, can I just say, I've had this argument with a few of my friends. Like, some of them think that he's just must be a miracle in bed. But then other people think that he must be quite mediocre in bed and the girls he's with just don't really like having sex. So I can't decide that one. I don't know. Somebody give me their thoughts on that. But yeah, please go check out Beyond the Interview. They're fucking amazing. I love their Instagram. And not only that, but the person who runs it, Nicole Benham, she has just some awesome interviews that she's been doing all over Twitter Spaces. So I highly recommend checking her account out. Don't know what her handle is on Twitter. Let me tell you. It's at Nicole Benham. Okay, great. So it's NicoleBehnam. And she has just some awesome Twitter spaces that I Bleav she's recording all of them. So you can go onto her Twitter to listen to them after the fact, which is really cool. Great feature on Twitter, by the way. Great little addition, a little je ne sais quoi that Clubhouse did not have, or the app that shall not be named. Social audio has been coming back into my life, and it has not been Clubhouse. I feel like I'm cheating on the guy that took my virginity. It's like this social audio app that just took my social audio app virginity. I've now completely abandoned. I have left them in the dust. We are now onto Spotify Green Room, which I fucking love. That's a great app. It's very sports oriented, so that's where I can get my little sports talk on. I go onto the MMA Ringer show. It's a very fun show. It's Ariel Helwani's show. Pete Carroll and Chuck Mindenhall. Did I say his last name right? Sorry, Chuck. Chuck in the hat, guys. But it's a great show. And that community is shockingly fucking positive for an MMA community. Even like MMA Twitter is also not the happiest place either, by the way. But that Green Room, so there's a chat room as well on the Green Room app, which I really love. That's a great feature that they have. So not only is there like the podcast section where you can come up and speak on the stage, but then there's also the chat room where tons of people are active nonstop. And it's a very positive, just like happy-go-lucky little chat room. Because if you go to other MMA groups online, the chats and the comment sections are, oh my God, reality TV Twitter and MMA comment sections on like YouTube, the UFC freaking Facebook group that I was in that I got ripped apart in one time. I brought up Tito Ortiz's name and I don't even remember what it was about, but everybody got really upset. It was, oh my God. But yeah, that Green Room chat room is just so nice. Like, it's the nicest place ever. And they're nice to all the women, which is so odd. It's fantastic. Usually I get replies like, the fuck do you know? You're just a chick. You're just a chick. What do you know? That's just how I imagine they all talk with their mullets. So anyways, I do that. That's fun. We've been hosting on there, or we're going to start. We did this last pay-per-view after 270. We did a post show. So it was a post show to their post show. It's a very meta post situation. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. It was more like discussion oriented. So people could come up and all just sort of talk, which I really liked. That was a good time. And we have a girls group chat on Telegram. I have never used Telegram in my life for anything other than drugs. Like, who the fuck uses Telegram unless it's to pick up? And I mean, literally every single time one of my friends joins Telegram, I'm just thinking, what country are they traveling in and what are they trying to pick up? But I'm using it now for this group chat, which is hilarious. So every time I log on to the Telegram app, I see like this psychedelics group from Israel. There was like 3. I kept trying to find mushrooms when I was there. It was a bit of a struggle. If the police are watching, I didn't find anything, I promise. And it's just so funny because I see all of the updates. They like send like what they have on offer, their menus and shit. And then I have my group chat, which I'm going into every single time. And yeah, the group chat is great. It's all of the women from the Green Room chat, which is lots of fun. If any of the girls end up watching this and they're like, what the fuck, I'm not in the Telegram group, just message me on Twitter or on Instagram, send me your Telegram address and we'll add you in. We will add you in. Or if any other woman out there who loves MMA or UFC is watching this and sees that and wants to get into the group and you're not a part of the Green Room thing, totally fine. Come join our group chat anyways. I feel like we could build a nice little Telegram situation there. You know what did turn me on to Telegram though at one point was when I found out that Jeff Bezos only uses Telegram to communicate because it can't get hacked. Like, people can't see it, which I think is really fucking cool. So secretive. It's like using a burner phone. All right, what else did I want to discuss? There was a few other things and I am a little spacey on them. Are we a little spacey? Oh, spaces. Well, that was a complete accident, you guys, but I really actually did want to talk about Twitter Spaces because, like I was saying, I was cheating on Clubhouse, right? And it's been with Green Room, which I just discussed, and Twitter Spaces, which I'm not going to lie, I'm also loving. Twitter doesn't have the group chat feature, which I think is, I don't know, neither here nor there, because it's not like I'm really trying to chat with people in the Twitter spaces, but it would be nice. I think it would be nice. It's a great feature. They may as well just add it. They don't have that feature, but they do have something that I love, which is the emoji reactions. Richard, are you serious right now? I'm not trying to edit this episode. Do not give me fucking edits, bro. Let me sleep without editing. I swear to God. Richie, hey, hello, Richie. My dog, he gets a little crazy, you guys. And like I've just stated, do not want to edit this episode for shit. So I'm trying to keep this one cut all the way through. Oh, anyways. All right, I'll wrap this up quickly. But yeah, Twitter Spaces. That one feature that I do love is the little emojis that you can do, little emoji reactions while you're talking in the room. Oh, bellissimo. I love that. Such a good way to be able to communicate without having to unmute. So you can laugh. But they do need some sort of sad emoji, because put the angry one, maybe that might get a little negative in use, but I think a sad one would be useful, because sometimes someone says something and you're like, wah, 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 you know, you one of those. Anyways, all right. This was a great little impromptu episode. I'm going to keep it short. 28 minutes. What are we at? 28, 30, 25, whatever the fuck. Anyways, I hope that the tech worked well. Everyone send me thoughts and prayers, which will absolutely do nothing, but just send them anyways. It's like the thought that fucking counts. And hope for me that this system that I have in place is going to work out wonders. And tomorrow I will be interviewing Adam Ruthless Levy, poker star, aggressive caller. It's going to be so much fun. And I have some great interviews lined up for this month as well. So I think you guys are going to love the guests that are going to come on, and you're going to love the solo episodes, or you might not. Really, at this point, does it matter? I'm already posting the content. So really, your opinion actually does matter. Please do review us on Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts. You can also leave us a rating on Spotify. You can't do reviews on Spotify, but you can give us a rating, and we like a rating. And on any of the other apps that you guys are using, whether it's Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, Pocket Addicts, all of those fun little ones. And on Facebook too. If you guys don't know this, and if you're a big Facebook user, you can actually listen to the podcast directly on Facebook. They have this new incredible feature. You have to be on your phone though. You can't do it on a computer yet. It's only on the mobile app. And if you go to the Shanni Show page on Facebook, there's a podcast tab, and you can click on that, and all the episodes will be there. They'll also appear as posts as they get posted to all of the platforms. So Facebook is now a podcast listening platform, which I think is really cool. People are sleeping on Facebook. Like, my audience on Facebook is still lit. I think probably mostly because of Saniac, and that's where we did everything, and we hosted it all there. But there's active users on there. Hello, shout out to Nas Daily. He built his whole shebang on Facebook. That was a few years ago, and their stock did drop 25% today. But really, what does that mean to me? Just let's go shopping for some Facebook. All right, you guys. This was a great, absolutely useless episode. There was some useful stuff in here, but for the most part, really, if you tuned into right now, like if you've watched or listened this entire thing, send me a DM. I just want to know who you are, just give me a list of names. Richie, are you serious? He's digging into his bed. He's digging. Abso-fucking, I don't know where he thinks it's going to go. What, you think you're going to make it to China? Did you guys ever have that when you were a kid? People ever tell you, like, if you keep digging all the way through, you're just going to get to China? I really thought that was possible. One time at the beach, I really fucking tried. I tried so hard, and then I ended up getting water. And I was like, what, we swim to China? All right, Richie's antsy, and quite frankly, I don't want to have to hear his scratching on my mic anymore. This thing picks up a lot of stuff. It's like ASMR torture. Oh, God. Goodbye, you guys. Follow me, like, subscribe, share, listen, tune in all the time. Bye.